that down. Let's move on to this. You know, the other night we did Reaction Watch for Superman as the reaction embargo was. And now we know when Reaction Watch for Fantastic Four is. It's going to be on July 21st at 10 p.m. Los Angeles time. That's 1 a.m. for you guys on the East Coast. It's going to be late night. How do we know this? Because the studios now let the critics know when the review embargoes are. And there's 2 embargoes. There's the social media reaction.
Right.
And then there's the full movie review embargo. They're literally only hours apart from each other in this case. As this is coming at us from Superhero Hype, the Fantastic Four First Steps social media embargo will lift on the 21st at 10 p.m. Los Angeles time.
What day is that?
That should be
24th is the Thursday. 23. It's Monday.
Monday.
Okay, it's Monday. Okay, good. So it's
Several days before
Comic-Con.
it comes out. Yeah. Now, the full review embargo lifts only 11 hours later at 9 a.m. Los Angeles time
Tuesday.
on the next day.
It's pretty good.
So we're literally going to be doing Reaction Watch one night, and then the next day on the John Campea Show, literally talking about the full reviews coming out, which is interesting. So for those of you wondering, when are we going to get our first look at what people are thinking about Fantastic Four, other than like the other day we talked about the fact in Brazil they showed 30 minutes of the movie to a bunch of fans and some media, and the reaction to that was great, but it was only 30 minutes of the movie. And now we know Monday, I believe it's Monday. Double check that for me, will you, Jonathan?
Sure.
Monday, July 21st. So that is 11 days from now. What's that?
That's a Monday.
11 days from now is when we are going to get our first legit reactions to Fantastic Four, followed up very quickly by the full reviews the next day. Now, as a little side note, a lot of film critics are not happy about this. And I kind of get it. But the reason the critics aren't happy about it, because this is early enough, putting like 3-4 days in advance. Their problem is a bunch of the critics are only seeing the movie that Monday. And they've got to write their full reviews by 9 a.m. the next morning. David Exrich, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing David's last name. Ehrlich, is that how you pronounce it? Writes, Fantastic Four is screening at 7 p.m. the night before a noon embargo. Obviously, they're on the East Coast. So critics will have 3 work hours at most to file their reviews, to say nothing of the edit process. Not the biggest crisis on earth, but I'll never get why studios keep doing this to their films, even good ones. And he's got a point about that. I mean, listen, the review...
Whatever happened to you're on the sidewalk with your typewriter.
I mean, here's
filing that story.
His girl
Sports
Friday.
reporters are literally typing in the stands.
In the phone booth.
Yeah.
With their cigar.
They're literally doing their reports from there.
That was a good movie.
People are like, what's a phone booth?
I mean, I do get it. Like when we're not talking about these losers like YouTube with their webcams. I'm a film critic like John Campea. No, we're not. We are not legitimate film critics. I understand this.
Speak for yourself, son.
I understand this from the perspective of legitimate film critics who approach this as an art and a craft,
right,
and literally want to compose and put together and properly edit a full piece. I get that. So it's not that the review embargo isn't early enough. This isn't early enough. This is, to me, this is an early enough review embargo. But I do wonder, like, if you're setting the review embargo on these days, why not show it to these critics 2 days before the review embargo lift, right? Now, I will also say, in response to this, that, hey, listen, dude, sports reporters got to have their pieces done within the hour. All right.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I would also say there is no law anywhere. Like if the review embargo lists at 9 a.m. the next morning, there's no law anywhere that says you got to have your review ready by 9 a.m. Put it out at 10 or 11 or 12 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You want it out at 9 just to be the first. And I also get that. I do. Believe me, I'm very sympathetic for that. But I mean, there is no rule that says you have to have this review out by the time the embargo lifts. You can take 3 extra hours if you want. Maybe your publication doesn't want you to, but whatever. Anyway, Rob, we now know when Reaction Watch and Review Watch, we know when we're going to get our first couple of things about this. What do you think about that? What are you kind of expecting from them, do you think? And what do you think about this one critic who raises some legitimate concerns about you're not giving us much time to write these full reviews? Anyway, what do you think about this?
Well, one, I think Ehrlich's point is well taken, because if you do want to write, if you do care about the craft of writing, and you should, and you are, like you said, a legitimate movie critic, what is one of those? Where's the Pauline Kaels and the Roger Ebert and the Cahiers du Cinema writers of today? I don't know. But if you care, you want time to write a well-crafted review. Not only that, John, you need time to think about what you thought
to
of the
ruminate
movie.
on it.
Yeah, you have to give yourself time. And if you don't have that, so I get it. That you have to, the story has to be filed, it has to be edited, you have to look for mistakes. I get all that. So I totally understand his point. And I think, why not show the movie to critics on a Sunday in the afternoon? So I have time to, but that said, it is a movie, and you got to do it. You just got to buck up, buttercup, make it happen.
Now, by the way, I did finally watch that scene they put out with the Silver Surfer doing I herald the beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus. Celebrate, be close to your loved one. Like, I watched that whole scene. We've seen portions. This is just like the "you're late" scene. We saw portions of it. Right. It's like, fine. But then you saw the scene in context. It was like, oh, that's actually great. That Silver Surfer scene was great.
It is great.
I was getting emotionally moved by it. I wish she had said what the timeline was. Like, you have 400 of your Earth days, or you have 200 of your Earth, or whatever. But that was pretty scene. Anyway, with everything we've got now, some of the little early fan reactions, the clips we're now seeing, and I'm sure they're really about to ramp up their marketing campaign. What are you kind of expecting at this point from what those early reactions and reviews are going to be once we hit the 21st?
Well, we're hearing, the footage coming out of Brazil, the people were very enthusiastic. By the way, I've wanted to go to Brazil since I saw Moonraker back in 1979. That's just an aside. But I've always wanted to go to Brazil. But I think that was reassuring. That was the first time we had people, audiences, geek audiences, opining on an extended part of the film, which I was excited about. So, and what we've seen, these longer clips for the very first time, I'm like sitting up and going, wow, this now is looking like something I want to see. I want to see how are they going to get out of this. I also want to know if someone says in that movie, I would hit that looking at Silver Surfer, but because I was thinking that. But I want to know what's going to, because don't you have it? Come on, we've had a dude Silver Surfer, so wouldn't it be you could take her out, show her what humanity's all about. Don't eat our planet. We can have some fun.
Look how good it is.
James Kirk would do that. But I think the film it looks really good to me. These extended clips, and what I keep going back to the twitch in Ben Grimm's The Thing's face.
Yeah,
I keep going back to that, and even seeing the design work. Like, I love these space suits. I know how I think. I'm like, I wonder if Hot Toys is going to make the Fantastic Four in their space suits. Somebody,
they are.
Some third party will do it. So Toys will do it or something. And I really want to see this movie. My enthusiasm for it gets greater the more I see of it. And I'm feeling good about that, because I hadn't felt that way about this movie.
Our enthusiasm for this movie has been pretty stagnant.
Yeah, it really has.
Until just recently, when they've been releasing some of the scenes, because the trailers are fine. They're fine.
I just,
not great.
There's something about it's Julia, what's her name? Who's
playing Surfer?
Surfer. There's something about that delivery I really like. Like, I could see myself reciting that speech, but people are going to recite that speech and they're going to add their own spin to it, and I could see the Family Guy parody of that scene or whatever, the Simpsons parody.
Oh, she's in Weapons.
Yeah, I know. Julia Garner, right?
Yeah. By the way, that's a movie I'm getting more and more excited about seeing every single freaking day.
Man, I can't wait. And that's we're a month away.
Yeah. Yeah,
less than a month away.
That's going to be great.
Man, I am really, that's the last movie this summer what else is coming out? I'm really excited to see Weapons.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? We now know when Reaction Watch for Fantastic Four is going to be. It's going to be on the 21st. Reviews drop just like 11 hours later at 9 a.m. LA time the very next day. What are you expecting to hear from those reactions and reviews when they do come out? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.